away like nothing happened. In fact, what he did was he tried to pay $500,000 in dollars. They converted it online as my research. It was $100,000 for each family for the kids that got injected. And he was like, okay, now I give you the money, you don't say anything. That's it. That was the bottom line. Because obviously he didn't win, right? This blew out of proportion. It became big. The world got involved. The organizations got involved. And then that's when he was just like, okay, now the only thing that can keep them quiet is money. And for the families that lost their children, they did nothing but fight and fight and fight to justify that the nurses and the doctors to be free. This is him. As you can tell clearly on his face, you can tell he has nothing but anger and frustration and power and money and everything written on his face. You can tell by looking at a person how they really are. Like he said, you know, God is different versus a man taking someone's life. This is not even just 400 or 500 kids we're talking about. This is multiple people that this is my case, was the age to talk about this, but there are so many other cases that we ourselves don't know or have an idea of what people go through in this one city or one town, you know, and that's what's really heartbreaking. Gaddafi and his ruling system has ruined families by injustice everyone goes through under him. There is no justice in Libya at all, at all. There is no freedom of speech, freedom of act. There's nothing you can do that's free. If you're there, you know you're going to end up dead if you open your mouth. That's it. That's the bottom line when it comes to Libya. In fact, a kidnapper also that tortured the nurses and the doctor got a ransom for his innocent victims, and he was actually sent out of Libya so he doesn't open his mouth. So now he's living his rich life, ruined 6 people's lives, and now he's living his rich life somewhere else. The nurses were traumatized and psychologically scarred for life. In fact, this, like you can tell, this was one of the headlines when the AIDS thing broke out worldwide because of his erratic behavior. This was one of the doctors, now, you know, all cleaned up and stuff. His name was Hagag. He, in fact, when actually all 6 of them got free. He got free first, and then he fought and fought and fought and fought to let the rest of the 5 of them, you know, be free as well. He lost his license in medical. He moved to Netherlands with his family, and he was only allowed to work 10 hours a week in a hospital, but he lost his licensing because of the acts. And of course, it's in your background, and you are, you know, convicted. And he and his wife that are now divorced psychologically were so bad, so scarred up in life. One of the nurses can't sleep. She has torturous dreams about just waking up screaming of the electric shock going through her body and being able to not have a peaceful life with her own family. Torturing innocent people. This was them when they finally got free. All 6 of them, you can see they were just happy. I wouldn't be able to believe it. And that was one of the main things all of them said was, all I want in life right now is to be free. That's it. If you YouTube them, like I said, there's a video and a movie. If you go through what they say, it's just like, wow, how can you still even be alive after going through all of this? Torturing innocent people and making them suffer is what the intention Gaddafi and his family have in mind in the past, in the present, and in the future. That is all that's written in Libya, if he's obviously going to be the dictator. But like we know, there is a God, so everything what goes around comes around. He will be punished for what he has done. After being able to research this, it was really very touching for me. And in fact, this was a website. If you go to metroteenaids.org, you can go and give a donation. You know, even $1 counts for them, for the people. You know, this is just, I have nothing to do with this, but I myself donated after doing this project because it just really touched my heart, and it's very painful to see the videos and go through that. I can't even imagine going through this in real life, let alone, you know, read about it and, you know, go through that. So if you can, you know, ever $1, $5, whatever you can donate to kids outside, just kids in, you know, Africa who have no water, who have no food, and, you know, for the kids who have AIDS, not because they did something wrong, but because they have AIDS because of someone ruler trying to rule them and to being able to see if they can experiment something with them. So this is my conclusion of my presentation. Hopefully this gets something, a point across to y'all. And if, you know, again, MetroTeenAge.org, just go on there, right-hand side, donate now. Just your information, credit card number, how much you want, donate, that's it. And you will make a difference. We go out and spend so much money on ourselves, but we never think about who is suffering out there. So hopefully this can able to give you an idea of what y'all can do to help people by making a difference by donating. So that's it.
Thank you.